This is Young Gun Farmer 416, and last couple of years we had a little issue when it came to chickens, and actually turkeys especially. I kind of lump them together when it comes to poultry, but turkey's worse. When you first get them at a day old, when you want to grow them for either meat or if you want to have them for laying hens, they're very sensitive to temperature. Turkeys you have to hold about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And with me having limited funds and starting kind of on my own a little bit here, we didn't have the best buildings. So when you have buildings that leak and draft, we normally get our chickens about, I would say about May, late May. And in Canada at that time, you can have huge temperature fluctuations. And the issue with that is if they get cold, you lose chickens and you lose money, and no one likes losing and having losses. So I had this issue before, and I talked to a couple people, and I had a friend that told me about this, and I couldn't believe how well it worked. It was cheap, it was low tech, and it worked really, really well. So if you have this issue, if you're a homesteader and you don't have insulation on your buildings, or you have drafts or that type of stuff, this would be a great way to kind of fix it. We saved I would say about 30% of our losses this way. So I would suggest, I thought in the joy of YouTube and how much I've taken off YouTube from sharing and seeing other people's ideas, I can't not share it. You know what? If it helps someone else, it's a great thing. So there's a video coming up that'll explain it and show it kind of in detail. It's low tech, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Starter. This is how we do our turkeys. Basically, as you can see right here, we have a little light system that keeps their heat. You got to keep them about 95. We haven't gotten them in yet, as you can see. Just a regular old water trough. Works well, it keeps the heat well. You have straw on the bottom, make sure it's dry. Heat source, and you're ready to go. Thanks for watching.
I felt like I left a little bit of information out. In my mind, this just works really well because the aluminum retains the heat, and if you have straw on the bottom for the chickens or turkeys and a light source which produces heat on the top, it allows them to stay warm. Chickens and turkeys will just go towards that heat source, and I found it to be very versatile, right? You can switch out the light, you can make it a higher volt or higher number, like a higher watt if you need more, or you can go to a heat lamp if you really need it to increase. As long as it isn't touching the straw, the heat lamp, or it's raised and it's fastened, and there's no way like the chickens or turkeys can kind of touch it in any way. The other thing is you can slowly but surely raise it as they're getting older, as they don't need as much heat. And everyone has one of these water troughs floating around, and I figure it's just the best way, in my mind, so far that I've found, if you don't have the best buildings, to get through that first month that is by far the most difficult part of growing them, for especially in colder climates. This obviously doesn't apply to people in climates where it's warm. You won't have this issue. But if you have any type of dampness, or you have any type of rain that cools down the temperature, it really, really does affect, and you do get a lot of losses. And if I can save someone from losing, learn from what I have done, and kind of figure it out, it's kind of nice to see. So this is Young Gun Farmer signing out. Take care.